so plain and precious. Finally, the Book of Mormon is the keystone of testimony. Just as the arch crumbles if the keystone is removed, so does all the church stand or fall with the truthfulness of the Book of Mormon. The enemies of the church understand this clearly, so plain and precious. Finally, the Book of Mormon is the keystone of
Emmanuel.
Just as the arch crumbles if the keystone is removed, so does all the church fall with the truthfulness of the Book of Mormon. The enemies of the church understand this clearly.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. So as YouTube is attacking me today, we'll do another video. If they want to leave me alone, that's fine. They won't do it. Mormons cannot defend the church with sound arguments because the church already sabotages them with feelings. Feelings are not sound arguments, and so Mormons cannot explain themselves to others. All they do is say, I feel this church is true. And if you don't believe me, you're the Antichrist Korihor. Mormons become weapons for the church, thinking they're defending the church. And they'll use all kinds of excuses to do it. Religious freedom. Leave us alone. You're the other. You're mean. You're a bigot. And they don't realize that they are pulling a Beeman Moat. They are the bigots. They are the anti-Semites. They are denying Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon in thinking they're defending Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon. This is the damage of the false doctrine of feelings. And so to give you yet another example of both Mormon and ex-Mormon who don't get it, as I did in the previous video, this time we have Unicorn Tamer. Well, that's a fun name. Was it your mom or dad who named you Unicorn? Or did you grow up and claim that that's your identity and therefore you changed your legal name to Unicorn? I don't know. You got the name. Regardless, my cousin changed her name from Juanita to something because she was told that it meant a female dog. So she was pissed at her dad because her mom's already dead at the time when she found out about it. And, her dad was already near death anyway, but there she is, getting angry at her dad. She had gotten angry at me. I was in the MTC and I get a letter from her, and she's condemning me, quoting from the Doctrine and Covenants, that if I don't forgive, that I'm guilty of the worst sin. I replied to her, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Apparently my sister Tiffany was gossiping meanly about me to her. And supposedly I had done something mean to my sister Tiffany. I have no idea what. I was gone for a whole year. I escaped my family and fled to Rexburg. So, yeah, I have no idea what was going on. But anyway, and so she wrote back, oh, well, okay, if there's nothing in that, then never mind. And then I probably should talk about this before I get to the thing, otherwise I might forget. because I do that. Since this is on the screen, I won't forget it. I had gone to the Younger Singles Institute course here in Utah after being divorced and kicked out of the family ward by my stake president, who said I needed to get right back on the saddle and marry another woman to be obedient. So I got booted out of the family ward into the Younger Singles ward. And one morning in class, the subject was most likely the New Testament topic about whitewashed sepulchres from Matthew 23, because I made a comment helping to support that, how we can't judge by the outward appearance, whether it's a good appearance and a corrupt inside or a bad appearance, but actually a diamond in the rough. And I was trying to show that the Jordan River Temple is not about the beauty and elegance and wealth of the appearance of the temple. It's supposed to be the ordinances that are inside that are important and we should focus on. And so the Jordan River Temple at that time was having some grass virus problems that had splotches throughout the grass of the temple. And so I brought it up that it doesn't matter, the outward appearance. It's what's inside that goes on in the temple that's supposed to matter. And before I was able to explain this, a girl sitting 2 desk rows over from me was furious. I know the groundskeeper and she's a good person. You leave her alone. What's wrong with you? Are you having a bad day? Are you not listening? Dear God. This was the beginning of what became, in our nation, cancel culture. I witnessed the birth of it. Dear God, had nothing to do with the topic, had nothing to do with the subject. I wasn't trashing her. I knew her too. I'd done service projects with her and had associations with her and such, but she didn't care. She picked a fight to defend a position that didn't need to be defended in the first place. That's cancel culture. We're upset with you, we're going to destroy you. Shame you in front of everybody, and everybody must join my mob to destroy you. Okay? So now let's get to the unicorn. And apparently this is still going on, as the younger generations are still feeling the effects of cancel culture, despite MAGA going, oh, cancel culture you say, huh? Let's ban culture. We'll one-up you. God, you'd think people would learn, but nope, psychology has a great hold on the minds of our children, making them dumb when they go out into the world and control the world so that they can destroy it. And the Nazis can get revenge for what we did in World War II. You didn't know that? America and other allied nations gave asylum to the psychologists who were torturing the Jews. And so they brought him here to America, and in America, we got him working with the CIA to perform human experimentations on Americans. And so the plutonium, the MK Ultra are among the more extremes. They were specifically designed, how do we brainwash the masses? And now you see it. We've got the false dichotomy of liberal and conservatives bashing each other. And even within, you have the Democrats and the progressives and the MAGA and Tea Party, GOP. But yeah, you see it. If you only knew about it. And that's Mormon Stanley Smith Stevens who's responsible for it. Psychology is the great evil. But nonetheless, the unicorn clearly is brainwashed by the psychologist at her little grade school to make believe she's a unicorn. And so I was doing something I normally don't do, and that's comment on other people's videos. I usually watch what other people say, and if I'm interested, I'll subscribe to the general topic. And I'm more leaning towards subscribing to ex-Mormons than I am Mormons. But there are certain Mormons that I have subscribed to. But I tend mostly not to do this, only with news is what I subscribe to for the most part. And so a woman named Carly came around. She was somewhat new. She had left the church last year and had done TikTok videos and was moving them over to YouTube. And she is unique, which is why I subscribed to her, because she left the church, but she's doing her own thing rather than parroting other critics that she's been watching, if she's been watching other critics at all. I'm not getting an indication that she does that. This was her as a Mormon. She was going through the Joseph Smith papers. I don't think, maybe the Gospel Topic Essays, not the Joseph Smith papers, because I had to link her to the Joseph Smith papers. And she was doing other online searching for questions that she had studying the church. And so she was finding out that Joseph Smith is not responsible for Section 132, for example. She found out that the linguistic pattern is Brigham Young's. And despite critics all throwing Joseph Smith under the bus and blaming him for Section 132. And people don't get it. People don't understand. People don't care. You've got your own feelings on the matter and you won't listen to anybody else. And so I commented, "Good job, this is awesome." And then she deleted it. So I had then found another one in which she was talking about a topic of somebody else claiming that Joseph Smith had said such. And I went, oh, well, here's the primary source document link. This is what you're talking about. This is the primary source document from the Joseph Smith papers, from Joseph Smith, on what she was talking about. So she didn't need to go to this other person, but yeah, that confirms that this is what Joseph Smith was talking about. And she deleted it. And so I wrote her another comment on another video, and I said, hey, I'm not your enemy. I see other people are your enemy, and you're leaving their comments, and you're not deleting theirs. I don't understand. I'm trying to help you. She left that one, apparently, because Unicorn responded to that one. And so the Unicorn Tamer has no clue about the ones that were deleted. And so her first comment that I got yesterday, I think, YouTube doesn't let you comment links. It's not her deleting your comments, it's YouTube. So Unicorn Tamer has no clue what's going on. I put a link in the second one, not the first one. And it wasn't a YouTube link. And it should. And I've had that problem with YouTube with my theme song in the description below. Because technically they have the capability, and they've done it before, of showing you the title of the video rather than the link. But they won't do it. They've refused. So I've been forced to always have to now put the artist and title of the video for the song, because YouTube won't do it. They won't show you. And it's a personal retaliation against me, because I know they can do it. They've done it before. And so other times I've had to put links in. YouTube doesn't delete them. It's on my video. Better leave them in. But yeah, I am aware that YouTube, for a number of videos, if you mention a certain topic in your title, they'll put a Wikipedia link to distract people away from the content of your video. Because YouTube thinks they're the moral authority and the intelligent authority over you, the creator. They just don't give a damn about our creators. They cater to the money. That's all they cater to. And so I replied and said, you have no idea what you're talking about. I'm helping Carly. I'm supporting her content. She deleted them. It was not YouTube, because I saw it on there, and then it was gone, which means it wasn't YouTube, because if it was YouTube, it would be instant. And I see that where I approve a comment and it doesn't get carried over into the other section, which pisses me off. Because now I have to pay attention if I want to comment to the title of the video, so that if YouTube erases them from my management, I can then find them and go to the actual video and scroll down to the comment, and there it is. YouTube will not allow me to manage my own account. They tell me how to do it. Again, they don't care about creators. And so the Unicorn Tamer was offended. How dare I inform her that she's wrong? And so she responds with, I've had YouTube delete comments. Well, why did you have them do that? links and comments where I reference other YouTube channels by name. Shouldn't do that, but I'll trust her. But this doesn't explain what happened to me. I linked her to Joseph Smith Papers, an online link, to assist her with what her video was talking about. I'm not trash talking her, I'm not trolling her, I'm not belittling her. I was nice to her, and she deleted them. Now, it could have been a YouTube Mormon employee who stalks me, says, "Oh, no, you don't, Travis. You're not going to get her. You're not going to turn her to the dark side." But that would be extremely malicious, but it has precedent. But not for years. And so Unicorn again continues, "It didn't used to do that, but now it does." And so here we go. Here's the cancel culture beam and moat. If you don't like this YouTuber's content, don't agree with them, go find stuff you like instead of badgering the creator. Completely oblivious to what I'm trying to do. She's assuming that because my content is being deleted, therefore I'm criticizing Carly and not helping her, not supporting Carly. She's jumping to the false conclusion. She's assuming I'm the enemy. She's assuming I'm a troll. And she's attacking me. She's telling me to shut up and go away. She's trying to silence me. You also need to understand she's commenting on my comment. And the majority of you who comment know very well that if you comment on somebody else's comment, the creator of the video and the channel may not be seeing your content unless they hold all comments for review. This is where trolls go wild. They prey on people who comment because they know the creator is not going to watch them, not going to follow them. They're not going to be notified of their comment. And thus they can attack people who comment. So Unicorn Tamer, which I'm sure is a legitimate name and channel, is doing just that to me. And so again, she concludes with, what you say won't stop her. She uses them. She's assuming that I'm doing this to everybody, not just Carly. From saying what they have to say, just saying. Yeah. So yeah, I threw in a beam and moat response, and we're still waiting to see if this unicorn will respond. And so again, this people just pick fights for the sake of picking fights, and they push to dominate conversation, throwing out all sorts of accusations, hoping anything will stick, that therefore they can prove that they're in the right for doing what they're doing. And this is a bullying tactic. And it's sad that Mormons have to resort to this. And in this particular case, if this is a legitimate person who's ashamed of who they are and have to hide behind a fake channel name and a picture of a sun, I'm assuming. It's a reddish-orange background, or it could just be the yellow that's turning it into an orangish-red background. But a yellow sun, assuming it's a circle that's yellow with little things around it. I would assume that's a sun in a red sky. But yeah, the beam in the moat is greatly abused in our society, and especially by those who claim to be Christians and believers in the Bible. They draw near to the Bible with their lips, but obviously their minds are not on the Bible. They do not understand what they read, just as Abinadi had to throw it back in the priests of Noah's face. You're asking me a Bible question that you yourselves should know because you're the priests of the king. Yeah, that's because they were trying to trap him, as the Korahors do throughout the Book of Mormon. They're hoping something will stick, that they can catch people, and then shame them and cancel them. This is an evil person, whoever this unicorn is. And apparently, she could be a subscriber and a follower of Carly. Someone who's, trying to defend Carly, as she supposes. And maybe he supposes, because he has a crush on Carly. I can understand. I would expect those who have crushes on somebody to be the more vocal and outspoken in hasty generalization attacks of fallacy arguments. Because you're responding with jealousy and white knight syndrome. The knight in shining armor. I'll save you, Carly. Look at me. I'm defending you. Love me, Carly. I saw that episode on Star Trek. That's my favorite Star Trek episode. The medicine man got dethroned by Captain Kirk because he botched CPR and somehow still saved the kid. Do not do what he did to that boy if you come across such a thing. Oh my God. But yeah, it's also sad in retrospect because not too many years back, Captain Kirk was on a 911 call where his wife drowned. And he was there with her body, panicked. He didn't know what to do. Yeah, no wonder. The show didn't have you do it right. And that's where I want to cry. But anyway, people just need to stop being mean. The unicorn should have backed off and let Carly deal with it, because obviously Carly was dealing with it. She was deleting me. She didn't want help. She didn't want to be taught correct principles. She wanted to plant her seed from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints back into stormy and thorny and wayside soil. She didn't want to plant it in good soil to produce the right results. And so that's what I had said in my comment. I'm not here to, if you don't wanna, then I'm gone. But just to let you know, I was here to help. So, yeah. So, yeah, we'll leave that for a separate video. But this is somebody who wouldn't be a Mormon because Carly left the church. This would be a critic of the church. And they're doing exactly what a Mormon would have done on a Mormon channel had I commented on a Mormon channel, which would have been sarcastic, if not criticism, which is why I don't do that. I do my own videos on my own channel, and you can see that Mormons won't leave me alone. I leave the church, but Mormons won't leave me alone. I'm talking about my own religion, Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon and the Learning of the Jews, and Mormons can't leave me alone. And so here again, staying from critics, because it's all about feelings. She's assuming that I'm attacking Carly when I'm merely linking her to what she's talking about. You're right, Carly, here it is. Here's the document. And Carly deletes it. And so, yeah, if it was the YouTube Mormon employee who deleted it maliciously, where's Carly to respond? I saw your comment. It's here in my notifications, but I go to the video channel and it's gone. I don't see it. She's not doing that. She's remaining silent. And you may think, well, she just doesn't respond to people in their comments. No, she does. She's done it to others. I've already done the checking on this. I don't just rush to a hasty conclusion. That would be wrong of me to assume that that's what Unicorn is doing when I'm doing it. That would be a beam and moat. But yeah, the Unicorn attacked first, so I'm already automatically in the right. That's how it works. You cannot be the attacker. And Mormons don't get that. They think that they are in the right to attack me as a defense, thinking that I'm the one who's attacking the church, that I'm the first cause of attack. They don't get it. No, the church. They started it. When I do my church news videos in an hour from now, the church did it. That's what they said on their news channel. And it's a complete lie from Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon. And that's different than a regular person on YouTube doing their own thing. This is the church who's making claims that are wrong and harmful to Mormons. And so I have to do my videos to speak out and stand up against this. And because I do that, Mormons threaten me to deny Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon and the Learning of the Jews. I get abused. They name call me. They attack my character. They attack my appearance. But they never can defend the church. They never can defend the Book of Mormon for what it says, because they've already been sabotaged by the church because they got a feeling of its truth, and therefore they have no clue why it's true. They cannot defend it because it's all about a feeling, and that's why they lose. That's why they're the enemy. That's why they're mean. That's why they're violent. That's why they try to use cancel culture, using the religion card. Religions are not free to violate other people's religion. But that's exactly what the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is doing to Joseph Smith in the Book of Mormon. They are denying Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon and the learning of the Jews. And therefore I have to stand up because Joseph Smith was murdered by them. Because nobody else will do it. Nobody else is studying. So we're done. So when I finish this and get it all processed and done, although I am recognizing some attacks by YouTube today, then I'll move on to church news.